Everyone, this is Master King JC, and this is a really big surprise, but the new One Piece chapter just came out today, on a Tuesday. It just came out today on a Tuesday. And you know what that means? You know what that means? It's manga time! So yes, if you noticed already, I'm not in my room. I'm in my living room because I decided I'm gonna do this review on my computer. So I was gonna go through the chapter again and just go over every little detail so I don't miss anything. So I decided to just review the chapter while I'm in front of my computer. I'm on mangastream.com. That's where I go to. That's where I go to read all the newest chapters at Mangastream. So yeah, the title of this chapter is Keep It In Your Heart. Chapter 603. On the cover we got Sanji. He's making a pie with a bunch of cute squirrels. They're cute. Yeah. It's another family quest. Sanji and some cute squirrels make a pie together. From NSC Heiwo Scan Pen Name. Oh yeah. Got Sanji baking a pie of squirrels, yada yada. And we start the chapter. Page is loading. It's loading. Loading. It's still loading. It's still loading. Yeah, the computer's pretty slow. Oh, page is here. Anyway, we start the chapter at Shabri Archipelago in the No Man's Land place. And we see the Caribou brothers, they're digging a hole, but it's really hard to dig a hole in that area because it's composed of roots and stuff. And we see the fake Straw Hats. There's 5 of them. There's the fake Sanji, fake Zoro, fake Nami, fake Frankie, and fake Soge King. and they're begging for their lives because Caribou is about to bury them for lying to him that they were the real Straw Hat crew. So he's pissed off. He's gonna bury them, and they're begging for their lives, like, please, don't kill us, please, we'll do anything, please, I'll suck your dick. Okay, anyway, Caribou grabs the fake Sanji's face. He's like, we figured you would just kill them all to your heart's content from the inside. And he has a devil fruit power. It looks kind of like, it's not wax, because Mr. 3 has the wax power, but it looks kind of like clay. It looks kind of like clay to me. And he wraps his hand around his face, and it's covering his face. He can't breathe, so he's cutting off the oxygen. That's pretty grim. And it was like, stop it, he'll die. And the phone is ringing. But fuck the phone. You have a chapter here, it's more important. Shut the fuck up! Now, the fake Soge King pulls out a gun, bazooka thing. He pulls out a bazooka and shoots Caribou in the chest. But it does not work. It just goes right through him. So we don't know what stuff with power is, but some kind of clay liquid thing, whatever. And it was like, what? You're a Logia? And he's like, and Caribou's like, yeah, what if I am? And he's like, I figured since it's been 2 years, the face and bodies of the Straw Hats may have changed. But what do I find but a bunch of fake bastards? You think God will forgive this? And he's like, come on, friends, let's bury them. Oh God, we're gonna bury these dummies right here. But don't worry, I made sure to confirm the real Straw Hat, Luffy, with my very eyes. Yeah. And on the next page, it's loading very slowly. We go back to the fake Straw Hat meeting spot in Grove 46. And we see Sentomaru is talking to someone. I don't know who it is, but Navy Marine officials probably, someone from the Marine. He's telling them that the Dark King Rayleigh stopped them from catching them with Straw Hats, and then the Corbu brothers and their crew and a number of the fake Straw Hats disappeared. And we see the fake Luffy all tied up. He got caught. And Cinnamaro said, "We captured the rest, but thanks to the real Straw Hat pirates, 2 pacifistas took heavy damage." And the pacifistas that Luffy and the others were able to defeat were the two prototypes from the 2 years before. So these aren't new, better, stronger pacifistas. These are the same pacifistas from 2 years before. So I'm wondering, would the new pacifistas be stronger? But we'll see. And Cinnamaro also says, that the Straw Hats have got stronger. They've undergone a shocking level of growth. And he says, make sure the Marine HQ in the New World hears that very clearly. Tell them that the Straw Hat pirates have completely revived. So yeah. And we cut away, we see Rayleigh sitting alone at the beach. And we see Shaky. And she comes out and she says, Monkey-chan and everyone else, they've gotten so much stronger. And Ray's like, "Oh, you were watching?" And she's like, "Oh, yes, I'm a fan of the Straw Hats, so I have to." And she asks him, "Rayleigh, are you recalling something?" And Ray's like, "No. Well, maybe." And, okay, here we get a good flashback. I don't know how long ago it was, but we see Rayleigh, who's in a boat, and a strange man comes up to see him. And and the strange man says, "Hey, nice ship." He's like, "Oh yeah, it's a ship I stole, because my house burned down, so I'm living here." And he asks, "Hey, what's your name?" It's like, "Rayleigh." And the strange man, he says, "I'm Roger." "This is a fateful meeting, Rayleigh. How about overturn the world together with me?" He's like, "The world? Haha. Who the hell are you anyway? Go run off somewhere else." And okay, I'm gonna say this right now. We see Roger. He's very young. I don't know how young, but he looks pretty young in here. And he looks exactly like Luffy. We don't see his eyes, but he looks exactly like Luffy. He has the same, almost exactly the same facial features as Luffy. And that's not the interesting part right there. The really interesting part is the fact that Roger is wearing, ready? Drumroll, please. The Straw Hat! Which means that Roger had Straw Hat before he met Shanks. So this means that Roger must have passed the Straw Hat down from himself to Shanks, and Shanks passed down to Luffy. So I originally thought that Roger may have had a Straw Hat, but this pretty much proves it right here. He had a Straw Hat from the beginning, but is the Straw Hat One Piece? I don't know. Anyway, Ray talks about how there's no such thing as coincidences in this world, and it seems like everything that happened was inevitable. Destiny is slowly, deliberately taking its shape. In any case, Luffy stepped up to a whole new level. He's become a man, well fit to wear that hat. It may not be a bad idea to live on a little longer. So this is destiny. The hat was passed down from Roger to Shanks to Luffy. Boy, it's something. And we go under the sea to where the Thousand Sunny is. Everyone's commenting about how beautiful the ocean is and how far away the surface is away from them, and they're getting really freaked out and stuff. And Luffy's like, "Wow, the ocean sure is beautiful." And we get this really, really awesome cover, like two-page spread of the undersea water floor, and we see these things that like trees, but not trees. They're roots. They're the roots to the Shabri Archipelago, which is actually just one huge mangrove. And Brooks like, "Overwhelming Mother Nature." and Zoro's like, "I've seen this already." And Sarge's like, "Shut up, alright? You got on the wrong ship. Can't you see people are getting deeply moved here?" And Usopp's like, "More importantly, there's something behind us." And this is giant fish behind the roots. It looks really well done. I really like the detail in this color spread. The lights, the lighting, the shading. It's all beautiful. And Rob was like, I can't believe these roots continue down to the ocean floor. They're so big. I'm speechless. Luke's like, boy, this is exciting. Like, oh, fish! He jumps on the bubble. He's like, oh, fish! Gimme, 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 gimme! And it was like, what? And Zoro's like, those fish look tasty. I'm gonna have me one of them. And Chopper and Usopp knock out Luffy and Zoro because they're trying to break through the fucking bubble, which is keeping them alive and not drowning. And Usopp's like, and not Usopp, but Sanji says, Nami, could you go through a list of things we should know about the Koden before they do anything retarded? And Nami just like, sure, Sanji-kun. And Sanji gets another epic nosebleed because she moved. And he goes blasting up into the air. And he's like, a real beautiful woman. He goes blasting in the air. And he hits the fucking bubble. He's breaking it. And was like, how can he fly that far just from a nosebleed? And he bursts through the bubble. It's like, Sanji flew out into the ocean! Sanji! And Luffy turns out his arm and grabs Sanji as he drifts in the ocean, but, you know, he gets a little weak, so he's able to pull him in before he loses all his power from the water. And he's like, what's wrong with you, Sanji? And, Brooks like, Sanji loved women. What could have possibly happened to him over the past 2 years? At this rate, once we finally meet the mermaids we've been dreaming of, he'll... And, Chopper's like, we'll have to do a blood drive at Fishman Island. Do fishmen and mermaids have the same kind of blood as humans? And the bubble, and Ron talks about how the bubbles have the same characteristics as the one at Shabby Archipelago. And Nami said that the bubbles, you know, have the same limit. They can stretch up to a certain limit, so the point that something, if it gets stretched enough, something will pop out. So they can shoot cannons and stuff out of the bubbles. But if there's too many holes in the bubble all at once, it won't hold and will break. So they're like attacked by a sea king or something, they'll drown. And Nami says 70% of all ships that head for Fishman Island sink before reaching the destination. So be careful. And Usopp and Chopper are like, what's going to happen? So Usopp is still scared, and Luffy's like, if I use my Gatling here, I could take in a whole school of fish. And Zoro's like, want to compete to see who could get more? And Usopp and Chopper knock him out again. They're like, what the hell are you guys doing? I'm going to beat the crap out of you. Never do that again. So we get some really funny straw interaction. And Usopp is crying. He's not as manly as he thought he was. He's still crying again. Like, Hachi was supposed to guide us here, but he's not here. And Frankie's like, that's Nami. Nami, is the ship a little more stabilized now? And says, yeah, since we're still riding on a big current. And Frankie's like, guys, there's something I need to tell you. Like, what? Is it a robot secret? He's like, no, unfortunately, that is negative, Robo. And I was like, awesome, robot speak. And Frankie talks about, he gets into his conversation. He says, it's true that Hachi was supposed to guide us along the ocean floor, but he ended up suffering serious wounds and is back at Fishman Island, resting and healing himself. And the reason is same as Duval's. He got all his wounds trying to protect the Thousand Sunny after we left the island 1 year ago. Left the island about 1 year ago. The Marines found out about the Sunny, which ended up causing a huge battle, where they both were forced to retire. And we learned that Kuma was the one who stayed there and helped Duval and everyone in the fight. And I'm starting to run out of time. I got 60 seconds. So yeah, Kuma, he got his programming into his head before he lost his humanity, so that he could stay there and help the crew when the Thousand Sunny. When the crew left, so he could protect the Thousand Sunny, and yada yada. And they owe their debt to Kuma. And just as they're about to sail away, out of nowhere comes the Caribou Brothers. So that's the end of the chapter, and this is Master King JC.
And I'll see you guys next week for another edition of IT'S Manga Time. And damn, I ran out of time. Fuck!